is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going. What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. Today we're going to talk about who I believe is the most underrated player in the NBA this season. And some of it may or may not surprise you depending on how much you watch the NBA, how much you look at stats, how much you look at impact, and how much you think a person can be a difference maker. And this guy is a guy that never was on the playoff team, never was a superstar, never was an all-star, but he put up numbers like it this year, and he helped his team win. He helped his team stay consistent without injuries, and he's going to have a bigger role in the postseason just because Victor Oladipo will not be playing because he chose to opt out. And I'm talking about my guy, the guy that was with the Phoenix Suns and never could really make threes, never knew if he really knew how to win just because he never played for a playoff team, a team that gave up on him and got rid of him basically for nothing. And he has really outperformed himself playing at a level that even I thought he probably could reach, but never thought that he would reach it so fast. With the new coach, new team, new system, he fit right in perfectly with the Indy and the Pacers. And I have to give him full credit for his ability to adapt, to adjust, and go out there no matter what lineup was out there, no matter who was injured, no matter if they had Oladipo or not, to go out there, be himself, do his thing, and be efficient, be effective, and take his time, because he'll pick his spots when he wants to score. He might disappear. He might take over fourth quarter. I understand that, but it also depends on what matchups is out there, what lineups is out there, and who Nate McMillan really wants to be their closer for that game. And outside of that, TJ Warren has had an exceptional, amazing year to the point where I had to give this award to him with a no-brainer. This is a guy that averaged 18 points on 52% from the field, 37% from three on three attempts, 81% from the free throw line, and he still gave you 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and he helped the Pacers become a lock for the playoffs despite all the injuries and despite everybody in and out of the lineup. He played 61 games. This year was basically the whole season up into the quarantine happened to happen, and we all had to be stationed at our home. And I love the fact that he lived up to the hype. I love the fact that he outperformed and did things that people didn't think he can do. People questioned his three-point shooting because he was never a three-point shooter or took that many until last season. And he showed that he is a capable three-point shooter, whether it's off the dribble, catch and shoot, or even just being a spot up three-point shooter, even in transition. He showed that he can be a high-level creator off the ball, being able to play in the pick and roll and make passes, being able to knock down mid-range jumpers, being able to knock down one-hand floaters, and being able to generally just be a guy that has an IQ, knows when to attack, knows when to pass, knows when to score, knows when to give up the ball if he doesn't have a great shot or a good one. He just has all the things that you want, and a guy that you technically can say he's a 3-and-D guy. But he's a little bit better just because he can do a lot more off the dribble than your average 3-and-D guy who will only really do a minor amount of damage to a team outside of three-point shooter and defense. And he has been able to do more than what he has shown before. And last year, it shows you that it wasn't a flop. Last year shows you that he really is just as good as we thought. And he has improved his game each and every season. And I really felt like he proved a lot of people wrong. He proved a lot of people right. At the same time, he proved a lot to himself. And they're going to need him every single possession to be a creator if Brogdon is off. because Brogdon had a lot of injuries. He struggled a lot on the field and from the 3-point line. He really wasn't the Brogdon that a lot of us thought he could be, just because he didn't become that all-star that a lot of people thought he can be. He didn't become that most improved player that everybody thought Brogdon should easily win, just because he's going to go from a team that was utilizing him a little bit to now the ball is always in his hands. He's the primary decision maker. He is the team point guard. And instead, Warren really showed out this year. And you wouldn't think a guy like TJ Warren would be so efficient from everywhere on the court, but it just shows you that he knows when to attack. He knows when to not. And he knows when his role is to take over. And I think that's something that's interesting either, because you can make an argument that coming into the season, nobody would have thought that TJ Warren would be probably the best player on the Pacers outside of Sabonis. Nobody even came into this season thinking that Sabonis would be an all-star. No, everybody thought it was going to be Malcolm Brogdon. But instead, it was Sabonis. And as the season continued to go on, you could make an argument that it was TJ Warren after the All-Star game. And people wouldn't think you crazy for saying that. That's how well he has played. Plus, when you look at TJ Warren, he's sneaky. He's a sneaky guy because he does backdoor cuts, and he does, continue to make the defense respect him by moving and by just keep finding ways to get proper spacing, just keep finding ways to keep the ball moving. And even if he does have the ball, he has shown that he has confidence in his ability to get to spots and knock down shots consistently, no matter what type of defense they're playing and what type of scheme they're trying to get. He has shown that he has the ability to adjust, to adapt on the fly, and really become a good playmaker for this Indiana team. And he has been everything and more than what they had expected coming into this season. And I have to show him love and support just for that, just because he could have flopped, he could have gave up, he could have literally just played a role, and instead he really became a important part of this team defense and offense, and he probably could be known as their best defender. I know they have Miles Turner, who has been exceptional the last 3 years on defense, but he actually was a pretty good defender too, at that wing spot. And the fact that he isn't scared to switch and he can guard some other positions. He's not the greatest defender. He's not an all NBA defender, but he still has become a respectable one. And this is a guy that was basically playing for numbers in Phoenix just because they wasn't winning really at all every single year he was there. And for him to take that losing mentality to Indiana, who made the playoffs last year with their superstar Victor Oladipo missing, he was able to come in, fit right in, and pick up to where he left off at, and really had a great season last year that allowed Indiana to take a gamble on him to see what he do in their system when they've been milling, and he has become a great piece for them alongside Sabonis, Brogdon, and Miles Turner, and of course next year hopefully a healthy Victor Oladipo, and that makes them a scary team when you have three guys like him and Oladipo and Malcolm Brogdon that can handle the ball, get to spots, and make plays, whether it's scoring, whether it's passing, or whether it's just, getting to the free throw line or making the right play, because they're all heady and they all are very good, exceptional mid-range and three-point shooters when they're on, and those guys can also knock down threes off the dribble, or if you set a screen, they are confident to come off that screen and knock down that three or that mid-range or that floater. So you have three guys that have a similar type of game, but their game is so tough to guard just because they pick their spots and they know where to go and they know how to, punish defenses for certain decisions on how they defend them. So Indiana is going to be interesting in the future. I had love for them all season. I liked what they was doing last year with and without Victor Oladipo, but if they can get Depot being back to 85% of what he used to be, plus have his confidence back, plus Warren continues to play like this, and Braga gets more comfortable playing with him and Warren and the two bigs, this team that already is a top 5 team in the East, without them really being fully healthy this year, they can be kind of scary in the West just because they have so many pieces and so many guys that can really punish you on both sides of the court. And they can guard multiple positions, and they're big. This is a big team with Warren, Oladipo, and Brogdon, and Turner, and Sabonis. This is a big team, And a lot of these guys are unselfish. A lot of these guys can play off the ball. And a lot of these guys are bought into the concept defensively and offensively and what Naaman Mellon teaches and what he does and how he wants them to play. So this team, like I've been saying, is a dark horse this year and next year, especially if they can finally get healthy, get everybody on the same page, and go out there and play together while also still playing their game at the same time and not changing too much of it. This team is a team that people gonna not like, people gonna respect each and every season until we see how far they can get into the playoffs is going to be their question. They have the talent, they have the players, they have the coach, they have the roster to be a great team in the Eastern Conference. The only problem is how will they play together? Can they stay healthy? And what is the big picture for this team? Is it Eastern Conference Finals? Is it a championship? Or is they just going to be a second round exit each and every year? Or will they just be the Indiana Pacers with Hibbert, George, and Stevenson, a team that's good enough to get to the finals, but not great to be the favorite to be in the finals, like a Milwaukee Bucks, who everybody think going to the finals this year as a lock, even me. So it's going to be interesting to see how this team plays out. It's going to be interesting to see what this team is going to be. But at the same time, that's the fun part of watching, seeing, and letting things play out in the future every day. So other than that, check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Like on Facebook to support. Thanks if you liked the video already. If you haven't, like and share, that makes the channel grow. Not only that, check out my other videos. I have over 1,000 videos. I do NBA breakdowns of players, rookies, and legends, and I also break down summer league players. I also cover summer league, free agency, the draft, season previews, playoff predictions, trade deadline, and free agency. So if you need an NBA video each and every day, this is the channel for you. And at the end of the day, I do love and enjoy making these videos. You guys love and enjoy watching them. That's why I continue to go. Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, I'm going.